Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to start by thanking you and the ranking member. I think you've put together a strong bipartisan bill, and I very much appreciate the efforts that you have made to accommodate everyone's concerns and mine. The purpose of the amendment I'd like to offer and then withdraw is amendment number 15. This is to make sure that moving forward, the FHA continues to play its critical counter-cyclical role during times of economic stress. Specifically, it gives FHA additional flexibility to shore up its finances in future times of housing market turbulence, flexibility beyond just raising fees, in order to make sure that Congress doesn't tie FHA's hands to make a bad economic situation even worse by further constraining credit. I think it's an important step to make sure we don't create new problems, but I've decided to withdraw the amendment today so that I can spend more time working on consensus language with Chairman Johnson and Senator Crapo. I very much appreciate your willingness to work with me and to engage on this issue, and I have high hopes that we will figure out how to address this in the future.
Thank you, Senator Warren. The FHA serves an important counter-cyclical role, and I appreciate your work to ensure it continues to play that role going forward. Without it, the economic downturn would have been much worse. I will work with you and Ranking Member Crapo to find a path forward that protects that counter-cyclical role, but does not undermine the important requirement that the FHA be adequately capitalized. Senator Crapo, would you like to say anything?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I agree with your concerns and appreciate and understand the concerns that Senator Warren is raising. As I said in my introductory comments, currently the FHA Mortgage Insurance Fund is critically undercapitalized, and our current priority is to make sure that the fund is recapitalized as soon as possible, and that the FHA then builds a strong capital cushion. We all agree on those objectives. The FHA's capital requirement is designed to ensure that the fund has the resiliency to survive future economic downturns. And as I said, I understand and agree with the concerns that Senator Warren is raising and seeking to achieve in her, or to resolve in her amendment. And my concern with the amendment as drafted is that it could be used to avoid the restoration of the capital ratio. And I know that that's not her objective, and I look forward to working with Senator Warren and with you, Mr. Chairman, to see if we can find a way to provide the Secretary the necessary flexibility to deal with these issues while continuing to assure that the mortgage fund remains strong.
Senator Warren, would you like to speak on amendment number 19 regarding loss mitigation?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Amendment 19 includes a number of provisions to improve the loss mitigation outcomes for FHA. I think these provisions would help shore up the fund by making sure that loss mitigations that should happen do happen. I'd like to talk specifically about one provision in the amendment. Under FHA Guideline, Mortgagee Letter 2012-22, it appears that homeowners must be currently employed to be eligible for certain loss mitigation options. This concerns me because it seems to discriminate pretty arbitrarily against people who rely on income that doesn't come from an employer. Income like Social Security, veterans benefits, and child support. I don't think it makes any sense at all to tell seniors, single mothers, or veterans that even though they have enough income to justify being part of a program that would keep them out of foreclosure, and even though their participation in that program would ultimately help FHA and help investors, that they won't qualify because of where they get their income. I don't see why seniors, single mothers, or vets shouldn't have the same chances to save their homes as everyone else. So I think this is a common sense provision, but I've decided to withdraw the amendment because I very much appreciate your willingness, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Crapo, as well as the willingness of the FHA to work on this issue and to make sure that it gets fixed. I'm looking forward to working with you further on this, and I'm grateful for your leadership on it.
Thank you, Senator Warren.